Hey everyone, welcome to the Past Their Prime podcast. I'm Dan.
I'm Cole.
And I'm Chris.
All right, with the introductions out of the way, what do you guys want to talk about?
Well, Dan, I wanted to talk about Kanye West for a little bit.
All right, go for it. What do you have to say about Mr. Yee?
I feel like the last couple weeks, all the news has been about Kanye West, and it's feeling like we are in the wrong timeline. I mean, he's an anti-Semite. He got banned from Twitter again for posting a swastika mixed with the Star of David, which is pretty wild.
It's kind of like he's just shitposting.
He really kind of is. And it's sad because he's just kind of mentally ill.
Do you think in like 20 years he's going to like say it was all my mental illness, I was on drugs, and he's going to have like this comeback tour? Or do you think he's just like done?
I think he might pivot towards Christianity even harder.
Yeah, he's probably just going to continue doing exactly what he's doing. He's no stranger to stunts.
Or he'll win in 2024 and he'll be the first Black Hitler.
Shit, I'll vote for him.
Crazy. You know, it's like at first it was like, it's Kanye, he's been crazy, he's kooky, and then now it's just going off the deep end.
Now he's hanging out with fucking Nick Fuentes, Milo Yiannopoulos, Alex Jones.
At first it was like you feel bad for him because he's obviously mentally ill, but now it's just like it's just egregious.
You can't really feel bad at this point.
Not anymore, no, yeah.
Yeah. There's plenty of mentally ill people who aren't Nazis.
Yeah.
It's not his only experience.
Dude, when you make Alex Jones look like the sane person in the room, you know you're doing something like wrong.
Oh yeah.
Anyway, that's enough Kanye. And I forgot to silence my phone. I'm a fucking asshole. I literally told Cole to silence his phone, and then look at me. I could always edit that and make myself look like the best person. Anyway, next thing I want to talk about this is going to be very quick because Chris doesn't like or engage in any sports whatsoever. But Cole, have you been watching the World Cup?
I literally only watched the USA matches.
Well, now they're gone, so they didn't even. Did they made the 16, right?
Sure.
Yeah, I think they got knocked out by France.
They got knocked out by Netherlands. I watched that
Netherlands,
game.
right?
They got the same goal scored on them 3 times.
Chris is like, I saw them score those balls, bro.
Nah, our team, it's not the best. It's wild that we fucking tied Britain.
Is England still in? No, England's out then?
Yeah.
Sorry, England, not Britain.
Oh, yes.
England is... England's still in. England's playing France tomorrow.
Yeah, they're still in.
I'm for them. I may not be into sports, but I'm for England. Let's go. Let's get them, boys.
It's coming home. It's coming home.
Japan had a pretty huge win the other day.
They got fucked today, actually.
Really?
Yeah, I forgot who they lost to.
I just saw some.
Oh, yeah, they lost in penalty shootouts against... I think it's Croatia. I think they lost against Croatia.
Damn,
wow.
That sucks.
Imagine getting dunked on by Croatia.
It couldn't be me. And then Brazil destroyed Korea today. South Korea, to clarify.
Nice.
North Korea was not in it, obviously.
They probably would have won.
It was... maybe, yeah. Kim Jong-un would have led the charge. He
would have personally done it, just him on the team.
He would have been the midfielder and just been going around scoring goals. But so Brazil was like 4-0 before halftime. It was pretty crazy.
Jesus.
It was pretty brutal.
Who did South Korea play in the groups?
I have no clue. No clue. Groups was crazy because there's just things going on all the time and you didn't know who was winning, who was losing. I hate when they tie. You watch 90 minutes or 99 minutes if there's that much extra time, and then just nothing. I'm like, no.
I mean, I hate a lot of the time when they tie, but dude, the Britain USA match was pretty hype.
That was well, it ended in a tie.
Yeah.
You
can have exciting draws for sure.
Who else is still in? Isn't this thing like almost over?
No.
No. Well, it goes to show how much I know about it.
I think these are the quarterfinals, and then there's semifinals, and then there's just the last match.
So it's the round of 16, semifinals, and then I think finals. We got a couple rounds left. But this is like the knockout. So if you lose now, done. Gone.
Yeah.
Got it.
Yeah. So this is what's all... And then this is why I like the start, because there's no ties. It goes into penalty shootouts, and then That's it.
Yeah.
There has to be a winner.
You can have some crazy fucking penalty shootouts too.
Yeah. I want to switch to games real quick. There's enough sports ball talk because I know Chris loves sports. But this is on the kind of two things I kind of want to do a double whammy. So I just read an article actually earlier today that Xbox is now raising their prices, their first party titles, to $70 as well.
Nice.
So any new Xbox exclusive is going to be $70 going forward.
So that's not really an issue because there are no more exclusives.
That's a good point. It's true. Maybe like Halo Finite in like 10 years.
What are you talking about? We're already playing Halo Finite.
It'll be free.
And
it won't have to be $70.
Yep.
And it'll have even less content than Halo Infinite on release.
Well, Halo's slowly getting there again. I was actually playing Halo all today and then yesterday, and I was doing all the collectibles. So I did the Spartan cores, I did the skulls, I did the propaganda towers, which there's like 40 of them. So I was going to do that originally with Chris, but we're going to do Legendary, and I think it's easier just to do Legendary.
So it finally let you download that shit?
Yeah, I had to uninstall the whole game and reinstall it again. So yeah, it was pretty
Halo Finite, boys.
Basically, yeah. So we got to get that Legendary campaign run through going soon.
Is that still on Game Pass?
Yeah. I never bought it.
I've heard that it's good. Did you guys like it, the campaign?
Campaign?
Yeah.
It's alright. Like, it's not the worst thing I've ever played. But, it kind of starts feeling like the same mission over and over and over again, which is a little lame.
For sure.
It's a lot of open world games are like that.
There's no diversity in the environments. But, like, Red Dead 2, you had a snowy area, you had a bayou, you had the hills, you had Halo, it's just Pacific Northwest, and that's it. And then some 4 structures. That's about it.
Yeah, and you would think that they would have had different biomes because it's had different biomes since Halo 1, but no.
Yeah, and it's on a Halo.
No, in this game, it's just the Pacific Northwest forever.
Where does that rank for you guys? Is Halo Infinite's campaign better than 4 and 5's campaign?
I'd say so. I didn't like 5. Well, no one liked 5. The gameplay for 5 was fine. The story for Halo 4 was just too much, I think, for what people wanted.
The story for Halo 5 was false advertising.
Yeah. Oh, man. I hit Chris with the Halo 5 commercial quote the other day, which was, the whole marketing campaign for that game was supposed to be hunting the Master Chief, and it was this Agent Locke getting ready to hunt the Master Chief, and there was no hunt. It was like 2 missions, and then like, hey, we're friends again, and that was it. It was just
it was one cutscene. It culminated in one cutscene where Locke punched Master Chief in the face.
Wow.
Yeah.
And then they were best friends.
It was like, so these 2 genetically engineered super soldiers were basically having the equivalent of a bar fight.
It was more like a Walmart parking lot fight.
That's awesome.
It was rough. You didn't see that before, Cole, have you?
No.
It was bad. It was so bad. It was like me and Chris struggling over a Twinkie or something like that. It was really, really bad.
It was like the Rice Krispie fight we had in Indianapolis.
Basically, just yeeting them at each other.
That was fucking bait.
Dunk. Dunk.
Yeah, but you
another
didn't
game
get to play it. It was just a single cutscene.
It's tough with that because it's like, what are you going to do? Are you going to make it a QuickTime event? Because then people complain about that. Are you actually going to shoot? Like, I don't know how that would... Because Halo's never been good with their boss fights, Yeah. The Heretic, the Tartarus.
I think the Scarab fights in the early games are kind of like boss fights. Those are pretty cool.
Yeah.
It's the closest thing they have, I guess.
Yeah. I'd say, but I mean, like, the Scarab is more of like a set piece. You couldn't really do something too big if you were fighting the Master Queef.
Yeah. That's true. We need to play Halo 4. Dan quit immediately upon us trying to play that.
We could do it right after this filming.
Let's do it.
Oh, Darktide. You guys are playing the crap out of that.
Oh, yeah.
Sure am.
Let's see, how many hours do I have? 35.8.
Those hours don't mean anything. I've been getting tracked for hours that I'm not playing on Darktide.
Really?
Yeah, like every time I leave the game when I'm go back to like Steam, it still says that I'm running the game, and it won't let me restart the game until I close out all of Steam. So I could be playing a completely different game, and you guys will see that I'm on Darktide. It happened earlier today with Lewis. He was looking at like.
Are you on it right now?
No, I'm not. Does it say that I am?
It says you're on it, yeah.
Yeah, there you go.
It's probably just still running in your task manager.
Dude, I'll check, but...
What would you guys describe that game as? Because I played it for like 10 minutes, and it kind of reminds me of a little bit of like Back 4 Blood, a little bit of Alien Fire Teams. It's kind of like this combo, and it's like a live service game, but it's not. The missions are a lot longer.
I think it's a really solid game. Like, it's kind of in its own category, but it's definitely up there with horde shooters. Obviously, like... It's probably not for everyone, because there's a lot of background information the game is not going to take time to explain to somebody who doesn't already know this shit. But, like, it's definitely really good for the gameplay, not gonna lie.
Oh yeah, it's so much fun. I mean, just dashing around and all the movement that you have. I'm playing as the Ogren. He's fucking like 20 feet tall. I'm double the height of everybody around me. And I have a giant shield, so it's literally all I could ask for any fucking game.
Well, you're actually 400 pounds in real life, so that's an accurate portrayal.
No, and I'll prove it. I'm going to show a fit pic on onyxringstudios.com. Make an account there, guys. You'll see my fit pic. Yep.
Nice plug. I would clap, but I don't want to blow out my audio.
We should start selling feet pics on onyxrings.com.
No, it's all free content over there, guys. You don't have to pay for any of it. That's onyxringsstudios.com. Onyx is spelled Onyx.
How do you spell studios?
Studios.
Good. Just wanted to make sure that you knew how to spell.
There is a double S in there. There are two right in a row. S. We don't share the S between the rings and the studios.
Thank you for clarifying that. That's the thing that I was trying to play. Like when I was making the website, I'm like, I wanted to just do onyxrings.com, but it was like $2,000. I'm like, I'm not dropping the money on that.
All right, fans, you got to donate to us.
Someone snatched our URL.
Well, that's what people do is they buy URLs that might be popular, and then they sell them at a high cost. Yeah. So I was like, nah, I don't need it that bad. So, but maybe one day, maybe if we ever make money on this podcast, maybe I will buy it. Switch it over.
Or we could just hunt that person down and break their kneecaps.
We could be the next
That's
Facebook.
an idea. Another thing I want to talk about is a different game. I know, Chris, you played the original Star Wars Jedi game with the guy who...
Cal Kestis?
Yeah, so they're making another one. It's called Star Wars Jedi Survivor. And it's going to be coming out March 16th of next year.
I mean, I'll probably pick it up because, I'm a piece of shit, but...
I don't think that makes you a piece of shit. I mean, I played a little
I'm a piece of shit who will buy
anything
anything Star Wars.
That's true. You are that fanboy.
Even if it was a trash game.
The first one was good, and I wanted to play it. I just couldn't get into it. I don't know why.
I think that you have to get past Dathomir. I did not like that game until I got past Dathomir. I fucking hated that planet the first time I went there.
Dathomir is like one of the last planets you go to, if I'm remembering correctly. Like, you unlock them all, and I went there early.
I'm thinking... I forget what planet it is then. It's the fucking the second one you go to. Like, there's the intro, then you go to the temple planet, and you get BD, and then you can choose 2 other planets. Maybe it's Korriban? But that doesn't really make sense.
I think I know what you're talking about. Is it like a kind of jungly map?
Sort
of.
Does it
give off that vibe? Then it's definitely not Dathomir, because Dathomir is like all deserty and gross.
No. It is. Then it is Dathomir. It's sort of deserty, and there's like fucking undead guys there.
Yeah, that's Dathomir.
And it's where later in the game you fight that fucking Sith guy.
Yeah.
Yeah. I fucking hated that place.
When in the canon does it take place again? It's like a couple years after the Order 66, right?
Yeah.
Something like that.
I don't know how many years
maybe
it is.
like 5 or 6.
Definitely
he was
before
like
episode 4.
Yeah.
Yeah, because he was like a little kid during Order 66, and then he's no more than like 20.
Oh, you know what? It is like 5 or 6 because it's during Obi-Wan, the TV show.
Oh, is it?
Yeah, because I remember a lot of people on the Reddit were they were theorizing that Cal Kestis would show up, but Disney is full of pussies.
They're making it they're making that a pre-order bonus where like if you pre-order, you get Obi-Wan's like fucking tunic or whatever from the show.
Oh, really?
And they're also giving you his original lightsaber hilt, which they call the Hermit lightsaber hilt, which makes no sense because that's not the lightsaber he used. He lost that when he fought Darth Maul, but whatever. What do I know?
It's fine. They just want you to fucking pay money for it. Is that going to be $70 on release? You think?
Probably. I don't think it's first party for Xbox, but because it's EA.
Yeah,
No.
it's not.
So,
It's a Respawn,
but most likely, yeah.
These guys who did Titanfall.
Rest in peace, Titanfall.
Yeah, R.I.P.
I know, right? That game is so good.
Remember when that this was like only a couple years ago when hackers like took the game over, and if you played the game, they could install malware on your computer.
Yes, I do remember that.
I don't know if they ever really fixed it. Like I think they might have patched it a little bit, but people just can't play it anymore. I don't think.
What, Titanfall 2?
Yeah, I think it was.
No, these guys were
haven't
playing
played
it
it.
recent, like fairly.
Yeah,
recent.
Oh, were they?
I'm fairly certain that they fixed that.
It
They
was
would have
like a
taken it
couple
down if
months,
they
though.
didn't fix it, because they could fucking get sued so hard for that.
Would they have? Because, I mean, like, isn't
Yes.
Titanfall 1 something that you can buy but you can't play anymore because the servers don't exist?
I don't think you can buy it anymore.
I know for a while you could have. And that was really cheesy.
I hate that. I hate that in games where like if you you buy it and you just can't buy it again.
Yeah. Like Cube World.
Or like access it. Like I think I was talking to you about this, Chris. It's like I like that things are digital now and it makes my life a lot convenient, but like I do miss having the physical media that I could just play whenever I wanted. Like Game Pass, I don't own any of these games. I'm basically just renting them,
Yeah.
So when I don't have Game Pass or when Game Pass goes away, it's like when they used to do Xbox Live games for gold. Like they can just take those away whenever they want,
Yeah.
I think if...
anything digital.
Oh, no, you're right.
If Steam goes under, and they're like, nah, we're done, see ya, and they just delete everything, what are you going to do about it?
Nothing.
Nothing.
Yep. You're completely fucked.
I never really thought about that, and I prefer not to. So,
Keep on my merry way.
I would like to think that if Steam does get shut down, then Valve would be like, hey, you guys can download all the games you want right now. As soon as it goes down, you're not going to be able to download them anymore, but you can still play them.
I know, Chris, I know you never played these games, but Cole, did you play like TF2 and Portal 2 and Half-Life 2 and all that shit?
Yes. Not TF2 as much, but I did play Portal 2 and Half-Life 2.
The only one I didn't finish was Half-Life 2, but are they going to make any 3 of those? Because it's like...
Alex is
They made
technically Half-Life 3.
Well, not really. I mean, it's like 2.5, but it continues the story. Like the ending basically leads to the next Half-Life because they changed the ending from Half-Life 2 where they save the dude.
Yeah.
imagine worrying about Half-Life lore.
It's really.
I watched a
interesting.
lore video on it. It is pretty cool. When I was a kid, I used to watch the Freeman's Mind YouTube series. I don't know if you've seen that, Dan.
Never heard of
It's just some dude he did a playthrough of Half-Life 1 and he just commentated like he was Gordon Freeman.
It's terrifying.
Just talking to himself. It was pretty funny.
I was watching a bunch of G-Man videos. I just love the guy voice actors.
Yeah. Portal 2 is fantastic.
The Source engine and how it looks. It just creeps me out looking at it.
Yeah. I can't go back and play Half-Life 1 and Half-Life 2. They just look too bad.
Dude, I love
I can
them.
play Gmod all day
think they
long,
look
but I
great.
can't play those 2 games.
That's kind of in the same vein as Halo CE for me. You know, it's...
Maybe I have the nostalgia glasses for Halo 1 and Halo 2.
No, Halo
Yeah,
CE
Half-Life-
looks great to this day.
Oh, okay. Yeah, Half-Life 1 and Half-Life 2 look like garbage.
I think they look great. I think they look awesome.
The way they look straight up skeeves me out. Like,
They're like, I think
no
they're
joke,
just kind of
it
stylized.
Makes me uncomfortable.
You should see a picture of the G-Man, then. You'll totally be skeeved out.
Yeah.
I would imagine.
He's like made
Is
to
that the
skeeve
dude
you
in the
out.
suit?
Yeah.
Yeah, purple suit or blue suit. I can't
He
remember.
looks kind of skeevy. I don't like it. I don't like any of it.
Chris, have you played Portal 2?
No.
We should
That's
play
a game
that.
you gotta play. Yeah, it's co-op.
Yeah.
I was actually playing with Cammy a little bit.
How many
played it
people
with
could
Chair
play
for a while.
that? Just two?
Yeah, it's just two.
Just two, yeah. But it's definitely worth it. And there's no faces, it's all robots.
I don't think you need to buy it
being
either
skeeved out.
to play with me.
I'll check it out then, I guess. I'll give it a shot.
It's really
Try
fun. You
anything
play as
once.
robots.
Except for Half-Life. I won't try that once.
So Cole, back in tracking for a minute. Cole, do you have Game Pass?
No, I don't.
So you don't have Halo Infinite, the campaign, right?
No, and I'm not going to play it.
Oh, okay.
I don't really
Well, I
like
guess it's-
open world games that much.
Well, okay.
I'm sorry. There has to
Me
be
and
very
Chris are doing that.
specific for me. Like Red Dead is great. Have you guys ever played Horizon Zero Dawn?
No,
That game is fucking dog shit. I will fight anybody who tells me that it's good.
I think the sequel is
Probably even fucking worse.
on the Game of the Year list. That
I
you were talking
don't.
about a
Yeah,
couple weeks
fuck
ago.
you. It's not a good game. I haven't even seen any gameplay, and I'm telling you it's trash.
Is Horizon
I can't defend it.
the dinosaur one?
It's the robot dinosaur one, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, I remember seeing people play that back on the boat.
The dialogue is so bad.
I didn't understand what the fuck I was looking at. That just kind of didn't make any sense to me.
The voice actors just read fucking a list of lines in the same voice for like 2 days straight. They just
That's
threw it in.
basically the Fallout universe.
Well, chill
Yeah,
out.
that's
Same,
why I
like,
can't play
4
Fallout.
Voice actors.
Chill out. Chill out.
I don't like Fallout
It's
that
the
much.
same.
Hey, chill out.
That and Skyrim.
You can talk shit on Skyrim if you want.
Not
Yeah,
Fallout.
not Fallout.
Not
Not
the-
my
not
boy
my
3
4
dog.
voice actors.
What are you talking about? 4? We got 3.
No, you're right. I haven't played Halo 3, but Chris, whenever I watched you play, it looked better to me than like New Vegas.
I also like
I
the
dug it
way
more.
that Fallout 3 looks. Like, I just like being in the city. Like, if you're going to do a post-apocalyptic nuclear war thing, like, Nevada, although Fallout New Vegas did make a really good game, like, I don't care about Nevada. I don't give a shit about any of
Deserts
that.
suck.
Yeah, I'm kind of a moron. Maybe it's because we're from the East Coast too, but
Yeah,
I'm
maybe.
kind of a moron where like I got really into Fallout 3, like, and I was able to beat all the DLCs. I never could get into New Vegas. It's a better probably game on the story perspective, but I just couldn't get into it. I don't know why. Maybe I just have to be in the mood for a game like that.
No, I was able to get into both of them. Those games robbed me of many hours of my life.
And they continue to, because you still go back.
Oh, yeah.
Sure do.
Good.
Sure do, Dino.
Sure do, Dino. Didn't I get you a Fallout present? I think I wanted to get you a present. I can't remember.
No, I don't think so. The only Fallout paraphernalia I have is a T-51B helmet.
I wanted to
that's
get you
sweet.
the collection where they had it in a box set of a mini nuke. I just never got around to it because you were on the ship, I think, at the time.
I probably would have gotten stolen anyway. Good thing
Yeah.
you didn't.
The shit would have
like your
gotten
Xbox.
snatched immediately.
See, you always say this. Did you ever tell the full story of what happened with that? Because I don't think you did. I don't think you ever told the full story of your Xbox getting stolen. I think you've alluded to it in every single podcast so
Did
far.
I not actually talk about what happened?
I think you just alluded to it. So set us up. Give us the full story.
So I had my Xbox on the ship, and I used a locker to store it. And I had it in a little Xbox bag, and I just left it in that locker whenever I wasn't using it. And I really only used it when we were in port, because I didn't have like a little portable TV, and I didn't want to, like, usually the TVs that are available on the ship are already taken for something else. So I would only really use it when we pulled back in. But I put it in a locker one day, and I went to go grab it, and my locker was just broken the fuck open, and that was the only thing that was missing. So I guess somebody was watching where I kept dropping off my Xbox, and they just took it.
That sucks.
It had to have been somebody you knew, right?
I mean, likely. We all knew each other, kind of. Or at least you would have seen each other. But it happened when we were all moving our birthings. So there were a whole bunch of different people that weren't in my division that I didn't know well living in the same space as me. I think it was one of the cooks, to be honest with you. Or at least one of the people that was working down there.
What they say about cooks. There's too many of them.
Fuck you. And as far as what I did about it, I went to security and they just told me that there was nothing that they were going to do about it. And I was like, okay, I guess I'm just out of an Xbox. Whatever.
That fucking sucks.
Which ships were you on again? I know you're on the USS Ronald Reagan.
And the Dwight D. Eisenhower.
Eisenhower. Were there security cameras on those?
Yeah, but I mean, they're not everywhere. The security cameras are only where they need to be.
And they can't be in like the housing areas, right? Like, or the.
I mean, I don't think that they can't be, but they're not.
I hate the stupid Navy words for everything.
Yeah, Navy. Well, the military loves their acronyms. That's what I learned. They love their acronyms and they love waiting to do nothing.
Yeah, that's pretty much every government thing ever.
Yeah. You also forgot to mention that we're the best in the world, Dan. Come on.
Yeah, we're unstoppable. Oh, I brought this up to you guys earlier. I don't want to talk about it a little bit more in depth. Chris said he doesn't give a shit, which is pretty on brand for Chris. And I think you said yes, but should I get dual citizenship for Ireland?
Oh, yeah, for sure. Why
what
not?
Are you going to use it for? That's my thing.
I mean, if we need to dip out of the country, that would be nice.
Why would you dip out of the country?
Why wouldn't I want to dip out of the country? I think it's a better question.
It's your home.
Okay, but Chris, what if Donald Trump wins in 2024?
Then you rise up and...
You know what? That's a good point. Dan, you're just going to abandon us like that?
And cut. Yeah, I'm gone. That's why I'm gone.
Dude, he's an ex-president. You could keep that in. Yeah, you can
definitely keep that in.
I'm good. But
FBI, we're joking. Okay, it was a joke.
I don't even know how to cut around.
This podcast is satire.
You shouldn't have asked me that question if you wanted to cut that.
But ask the question of me leaving the country? Like, that's... Anyway. I've never been to Ireland. That's where all my grandparents were born. I did my ancestry tree and all that shit. I think I go back to like what I've tracked back to like the 1700s, which I think is pretty cool.
How did you track that?
So just a bunch of... Fuck, dude, the Irish records are so good because everything is integrated with the Catholic Church and they write everything down. So things just fucking go on forever. The only catch is that they all name each other the same things. So there's like 85 Patricks, there's like 73 Michaels, 64 Marys. So it gets a little tricky with that. But
dude, this guy showed me his family tree and like his family line just keeps birthing the same girl. Like
the same names.
How many people did we see? Who was that one woman that looks exactly like your sister?
My grandmother?
Yeah. Like the picture that he showed, it's like insane.
Oh, it's terrifying because it's her looking from the side in like the 1950s, and she has the same exact profile, my grandmother, as my sister.
I didn't know if she was like your aunt or your grandmother. That's why I said that first.
Yeah, it was my grandmother. It's just like the genetics and all that is so weird, and you know, it's just like I looked at my great grandfather, and his name was Anthony, and he has the same shoulders and the same hair color as me, which is just like, just the genetics and all that stuff is weird. I'll have to show you that photo, Cole. He has this big, bushy ass mustache that I wish I could grow.
Damn.
Looks like a caterpillar, but it's hilarious.
Family trees available on onyxrings.com? Question mark?
I wish I knew anything about my family. I'm pretty sure they lived in Ohio like forever. So I'm probably just German.
Your family are the original settlers of Ohio.
That'd be sweet. Dude, that would explain why I love Ohio so much. It's literally in my bones.
You are Ohio.
Yeah. I need to buy an Ohio pennant. That's the thing, too.
That's the thing with Cammie. Like, Cammie was on the podcast a couple weeks ago, and I tried to help her with her family tree, and she's from South America, and there's just no records. Like, nothing that's uploaded, at least, so it's so hard. Like, so we're just getting it from word of mouth, and, like, my grandparents, her parents have, like, 11 siblings, so it's like, a lot of cousins, a lot of second cousins. And then also from a culture perspective, they don't call like their aunts their aunts. They just call them their cousins for some reason. Huh. And it's just like, I'm like, who the fuck am I talking to right now? Is this your aunt or is this your second cousin? I have no idea anymore.
Dude, I do. And, I do that too.
Well, you're half Mexican, right?
Yeah. And
so that's kind of a similar thing. So like they just all lump everyone in together.
I would only call with me it's actually the opposite. One of my cousins, I refer to her as my aunt because of the age difference. But she is just a cousin of mine, not an aunt.
What else do we want to talk about? Any movies, games, things coming up? Christmas coming up?
Oh, I watched Barbarian last night. It's a horror movie.
You watched it.
Fucking insane. You didn't watch the first half of it, did you, Dan?
No, I just had it on the background, but my fiance watched it.
It was a very slow build movie that is just amazing. Everybody should watch it.
When I think about it, there's only like 5 characters, right, in the whole movie.
Yeah, and there's old lady titties too.
Yep, that's the draw. That's the draw right
there.
Yeah,
that's the only thing that I remember from watching that. But I tuned in like 3/4 through.
Yeah, he missed a ton. Like way too much to be able to understand what was going on. It's just cool. You don't see a lot of like actually good horror movies.
We're about time. Anything else we want to talk about? Get off your chest.
Yo,
what off my ass?
Yeah, I think I'm done.
I think it's a good point to cut.
So no last impressions besides that.
Join our clan, Kim and Jimmy guys.
Oh god, dude, we're so fucked. Our clan sucks so much.
How you guys
ass.
doing? You guys started so strong.
Poorly.
We need like what 9 more people for fucking Clan War League next month because we missed it.
We gained some dude and he left. If that was one of you guys, please come back. I promise we're getting better. I promise.
I'll do anything you want, man. Please.
I'll make you co-leader, dude, like I promise.
I'll buy you gyms.
We had a couple listeners from different areas of the world. I think we had one from Singapore. We had one from Ireland. So shout out to all you international, all 2 of you.
Oh, nice.
That was cool.
Top of the morning to you.
Yeah, that's okay. Anyway.
Way to lose our Irish viewers.
They're gone. They're gone like that. They're like, oh, ancestry, that's pretty cool. Gone. See ya.
You're going to have to bleep that one,
all right.
Dan.
That's it. I'm done. Thanks, everybody. Goodbye.
See ya.